going on, everyone? Darkwater here, and welcome back to Airport CEO. That's right, it's time for another airport recreation, and we have the map up, ready to go. We are using the large map here. Hopefully you guys are excited, and hopefully you took a quick second to take a peek at the thumbnail and take a look at the colors there, and see if you could guess where we're going with this airport recreation. I'll give you a hint. This is an international one. Any guesses? The colors on the thumbnail usually reflect a sports team in the city that we're doing, and these colors represent the Genevieve Servette Hockey Club of Geneva, Switzerland. So they actually just won the championship in this year, 2024, and they've got a few former NHL players, including the great Josh Juris, who played one season with the Arizona Coyotes, RIP Coyotes. But we are going to be building the Geneva Airport as suggested by Tyler Stevenson 14. So they suggested Geneva, and I took a look at it. It's a smaller airport, but it's got some quirks that I'm kind of excited to jump in. I have also already started thinking about the next one after that, and I've narrowed it down to 2 for the next one, but we will get to the next one in the next one. But today we're going to start our Geneva Airport build. So let's jump over to Google Maps, and we will take a look at the airport itself, and we'll dive a little bit into the history and the breakdown of the airport as well. So we've got Europe. It is at an angle, I know. But Geneva is right over here on the corner of the lake, and the airport's a little ways northwest of the city center. So this is the airport. Yes, it has a single long runway. That's what I mean. It's going to be a challenge. But let's do a quick dive into the history. October 11th of 1919, the Grand Council of Geneva approved the establishment of an airport. Between 26 and 31, the airfield's wooden sheds were converted to concrete, and they had just a small amount of aircraft flying into and out of Geneva. By the 30s, there were 6 airlines that flew in and out. By 37, they established the first concrete runway. And at that point, a year later in 38, there were 8 different airlines flying into and out of Geneva. World War II happened, and Swiss authorities forbade all flights from Switzerland. But shortly after World War II, the government got together, decided to establish Geneva as one of the first 4 main urban airports, and the authorities agreed to 2.3 million Swiss francs to build the first terminal in 46. And that was this terminal right here. Essentially this. Obviously, they've modernized it a little bit, but this was kind of the original terminal. But it was ready for use, and 1947, for service to New York, was established, and the first jet craft landed in 1959. 11 years later, TWA Boeing 747, which landed in 1970. So they did end up lengthening the runway here to its current length, which is 12,800 feet or 3,900 meters. Unfortunately, they had to do a land swap with France. If you take a look right here, kind of this road here, and here, you can even see the fence right here. This is all France. This is Switzerland. And it kind of comes down here, comes across, and then it goes up and just kind of skirts this boundary of trees right there. Part of this was France, and so they ended up having to do a land swap with France to be able to lengthen the runway. So that was taken care of, and they were able to get the full runway in. Now, they did a second runway, was initially proposed in 68, and it was never realized. They initially wanted to build the main terminal, which is basically this section here. And this is kind of the annex onto it. It's terminal. This is C. We'll get to that in a quick second. But that was eventually built. And their goal was to get 15 million passengers per year, which they finally did realize in 2014 was the first time they hit 15 million passengers. To put that into perspective, that's ballpark the same area of Philadelphia and Detroit airports. This is considerably smaller. They're trying to figure out how to support up to 25 million passengers, and one of the proposals is to limit aircraft landing here to having more than 100 passengers. So less flights, more people. That's kind of what they're thinking is. There is quite a bit of contention between the citizens that live near the airport and the airport itself. So there's a little bit of not being able to expand, although I suppose you could probably talk to France and maybe get an expansion over here. But that's politics that I'm not getting involved in. So the airport has two, I will actually do air quotes for 3 terminals. It's got the larger, newer Terminal 1, which ends over on this side. Comes down, you've got kind of the main housing area. All the way, this is the front side. And then over all the way here, and then you've got an arena, train station. So that's all Terminal 1. Terminal 2 is this little building over here. Terminal 3, and I'll use that loosely, is down over on this corner. It's basically used for private aircraft, so we're not going to deal with that one. But we will deal with Terminal 1, and Terminal 1's divided into 5 different piers: A, B, C, D, and F. So A is right here in the front middle. It basically runs from this one right here, left, not this guy, these. And so this is all A. That is for passengers who serve destinations and passengers for the Schengen area. Apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Basically, it's most of central mainland Europe. And so it's 28 countries? 29 European countries that have officially abolished border controls on their mutual borders. So that's what basically the A gates handle. Pier B, which is these little guys here, 1 and 2. They're connected by an underground walkway that connects from the main terminal down, and then it basically splits left and right, and then there's stairs and elevators that you take up into the center here, and you board on the jetways, and you can get wherever you need. And that's one of the things that kind of interested me, because it's a unique formation. Those serve the non-Schengen areas, and you can reach all the shopping and everything, which is down over here. I think there's one shop or one small food stand in each of those. Um, then there is Pier C, which is basically this area here. And C was recently upgraded. 2012, they announced the plan to update Pier C. December of 2021, the construction was finally completed, and it serves, uh, it can handle 6 wide-body long-haul aircraft directed at the building. So these stands are going to be probably large stands. I don't know if we'll be able to get 6 in there, but we'll see what we can do. The facility also is eco-friendly. It's got produces electricity from over 5,000 meters of solar panels. You can see there, as well as several geothermal probes for heat pumps, glazed facades for natural lighting, additional LED, recovery of rainwater, optimum thermal installation with triple glazing. So they do a lot of eco-friendliness down in the Terminal C. D is going to be this little guy, which connects basically straight down to the bottom of A. You go down flight of stairs and you pop up over here. And this building over here is D as well. Now you'll notice that there's no terminal or no jetways over here because this is all for basically bus transfer. So we're going to have some remote stand service. You could also see a bunch of stair trucks. That's also going to be a thing that we're going to be doing. It's not going to be all jetways like we've done in the past. The last section is Pier F. F as in France, because France has its own dedicated area. So there's the French sector, so planes and passengers arriving into the airport that have French sector exits don't have to deal with the Swiss custom controls and passport immigration, those kind of things. Because again, France is literally right there. Terminal 2. This little guy over here, this little building, is not connected to Terminal 1. It's on its own. And it's only used in winter. Which I know you're thinking, why is it only used in winter? Apparently, they get a significant influx of skiers and snowboarders and winter enthusiasts. Because according to one of the airport videos that I took a look at, there are over 200 ski resorts within a 3-hour drive of the airport. So they use this, but it's very small. All it has is basically one restaurant, no duty-free shops. It's got passenger check-in. And then you pass through security checks. And then you come over here to these buses. And they bus you either to Terminal 1 or they bus you directly to the aircraft. There is, I think, 2 baggage claim areas, and that's it. So, given how little it's used, I don't know if we will be including that within the build. We'll have to kind of see how the airport CEO wants to handle things and kind of go off from there. Apparently, there's no information on whether or not to upgrade this. They've been going back and forth about potentially upgrading the Terminal 2, but as of right now, apparently nothing. There is a second, smaller parallel grass runway, which I believe is this guy here. That's the only, Wikipedia says it, but that's the only other thing I could think of, because I don't see another grass runway anywhere. So I believe it's this guy here, because this does have markings on it. So I'm assuming that's the grass runway. And one of the other things that drew me to this airport, these guys right here, helicopters. We will be adding helicopters in. So it is a smaller airport. We do have roads that come in. There is a train station at the bottom of this building, and then there's the walkway that takes you into the airport terminal. There's some parking down here as well. It's going to be a challenge because I think money is going to be an issue, and the remote stand service, because there is some remote stand service. I believe there's 2 gates for the French sector in addition to this one jetway. I think there's actually a second jetway as well here, but there is, I think, 2 over here and 1 remote stand service in A. And so you can see some of the parking areas up here and over here and over here. So remote stand service is going to be something we're doing. We're going to have to get de-icing as well because it's going to snow. And I think having the helicopters as well will be definitely interesting as to really play with, because we haven't dealt with the helicopters a lot in past episodes because they just haven't been there. So we're going to have the runway. We may keep this grass one, assuming that's what it is. We'll have the helicopters up here. We'll probably do some GA stands up in the top here, kind of in this area. And that'll probably be the top of the map. We'll have the runway in the center. The service buildings, I think we will have down over here. So your catering, your waste depot will probably be down over here. These buildings, in addition to the private hangars, there is a little bit of airport infrastructure down here. The police station is within the main terminal itself. It's like over in here. So we'll probably put it just offset outside. We'll see. The fire station is at the end of C, so it's this little guy here, I think. I see red vehicle here. It might actually be this one. Yeah. As for fuel, I don't know, because I initially thought these were fuel tanks, but I don't think these are fuel tanks. I don't actually know what those are. We could actually throw this in 3D and you can take a better look. I don't actually know what these are. If you know what these are, definitely throw it down in the comments, because I don't know what that is. And I haven't seen fuel tanks anywhere on the map. The airport control tower is right here in between Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. So we'll be able to squeeze that in. Again, additional parking. That's going to be staff parking. So yeah, kind of excited to get started on a new build. Again, this is going to be a tougher build. But let's jump back to Airport CEO and see what we can get started with. Okay, so we are back, and we do have the large map, and did do the large map because we need to have the length for the long runway. Again, we'll have the helicopters up top, probably the grass one up here. Long runway, probably running around here. Basically, Pier C. The French sector, we will get the Air France mod in here so that we can dedicate that section specifically to Air France. They have their own passport and security, so you're going to go through that, and that'll be self-contained. Security is interesting. You go through security in the main building, and then right near the gates is where passport control is. So I'm going to try that. But all the shops are in a secure area, but not in a international area. So I don't know how well the game's going to deal with that. But we'll find out together. And then A will be basically through here. We'll do Pier D. with the 1, 2, 3, the B, B, and D up in the mid here. And down over in the corner, we'll have all of our infrastructure and whatnot, our catering depot, waste depot, and probably throw fuel over there because we need some place for it to be. Now, in addition to being a smaller map or a smaller airport, we're not going to have a lot of flights coming through. I also ratcheted up the difficulty all the way to max, which is why we're only sitting at 0.5 mil. So that's going to be difficult as well. So I think we'll go ahead and jump in. I think this is going to be the first tile we get. Not that we can afford it now. And I'm going to do something I don't normally do, which is build the runway. We'll get a grass runway. We'll start with that. And we're going to do it this direction. I think we're going to go here. I'm going to move this at some point. It's going to be over here, and essentially you're going to be coming in off the side here and then wrapping this direction. There is a road that comes this way but loops around. I don't know what we'll do with that. We're going to... Nope. Give me a ramp. Give me a ramp over on the side. We're going to start with some GA over here. I'm just going to kind of fill in this area with a couple. Because I don't want to spend all of our cash. I'm going to do a very small taxiway. Probably need to go one more. There. And we'll come down like this and across and up. So these are all going to be GA stands, and it's going to be GA for quite a while. Meanwhile, let's come in here, give me staff, give me hiring, give me administrators. Let's go ahead and start. Actually, before we even do that, let's, nope. Contracts. I need contractors. Can I get a... No, that's accepted. Go ahead and get Brinkley. Okay, I know, no air traffic control, nothing exists right now, but thanks, game. Max will deploy everybody. Let's get ourselves an air traffic control tower before the game loses its mind. We're gonna... I don't want to put it in that top corner. We'll put it down here. Because that's probably gonna deal with the medium runway, which is live here. And I'm hoping whenever we get to the point with the medium runway, you guys can build, that we can still keep the small one, because I think we're going to need both of them to make sure we've got enough money coming in. You're going to build the air traffic control tower. We will have our GA flights. I want administrators. I'm going to hire some less than stellar administrators too right out the gate. Just because we need to jump on research. I want a commercial license immediately. Commercial license will definitely get us more money. In addition to that, I also want to be able to start to build terminal. We're going to do... Nope. There. Oh, this is going to be... It's going to be tricky. I think we'll go with 2 as we're conserving money. Let's rotate the screen for a second. The administrators, I believe, because I feel like I've done this in the past, they will work not on site. I mean, you could have them. I am assuming they're working remotely today, because they're clicking away on that commercial license. I also want shops immediately as well, because shops have done us good in recent series. We're gonna come around. We will go down. We'll do that, and we're just gonna do a one-way loop. $128,000. This, ooh, that's gonna be a struggle. Give me this for a second. Airport is closed. I know. Give me a door. You are $50. I'm gonna do a cheap wooden door here. We'll do small check-ins, and okay, you can open. Oh, no, you can't open. Not yet. How are we doing on our research? Clicking away. Fantastic. I'm gonna try not to take a loan out. We'll see how that goes. Okay, you should be able to open. There we go. Even though I don't think we've got a commercial license. And yes, the airport is still closed. I know. Thanks. I'm working on it. For general aviation, everything else is good. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a tiny little space for all of our corporate entities here that we're about to get built. Hey, our first GA flight, and we've got commercial license done. I want shops. Helipads would be nice, but why can't I do... Oh, I need a strategy director. Okay, well, fine. Executives. Procurement, COO. Take you. Take you. Take you, and I think that actually rounds out. I know. We don't have procurement director. That's fine, you only reduce purchasing of vehicles. We probably don't need all of them right now, but... Is the game... Oh, this is an interesting question. I don't... Since we're in Switzerland, do you have to be international? I don't know. We'll put the exit down over here. No, give me a little bit more space over here for some security. Nope, that's not security. You're security. That's a bathroom. Let's click correct. There we go. We'll do 3 for right now. We're gonna need boarding desks and check-in desks. There's probably gonna be gates down this way at some point, so I'm gonna do the check-in, say, here. Should suffice, and small boarding desks. 1, 2, 3. Nope, not 3. Well, at least we got some. Luckily, we got some GA flights coming in. Staff. Before I'm absolutely out of money. I get 2 security officers and a couple passenger service agents. I suppose we could hire a couple service techs. What do you mean you're not connect? Oh, hold on. Let's make sure you're turned on for commercial. Okay. I think it's going to let me actually run this without having to be an international. Hey, we got walk-laters as well. That's not gonna help us. What's the price of you? 20,000. Why do I not remember it being that expensive? Don't know. But we've got 2. Let's look at airline contracts. We'll go ahead and we will take Havana for right now, because I'm sure they would be flying. Just dawned on me, actually. Let's just hit the auto planner. I'm going to leave it set at 30 minutes. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Gameplay settings. We need to ratchet the passenger ratio all the way up because, yeah. That's why. So I always wondered what this was. So I assume these rules would generate flights within the Schengen area's domestic. Therefore, you don't need the passports. Okay. So we might end up turning that off. Don't know if I want that on or not. Because part of the airport does abide by these visa rules, part of it does not. We'll leave it for right now. Did you happen to book any flights? No. No, you did not. Okay, fine. I will do it myself. Within 3 hours? Of course not. Well, we've got our first flights. And I'm tempted to get a second contract as well, given the fact that we could definitely use it. That is not what I wanted. I wanted this. Oh, I need to turn that off. Did I just... Oh, okay. Did put it in. I think I'm going to flip you to general aviation for the time being, just to make some money. Alright, at least advance. There are aircraft in motion? Look at all the aircraft in motion. Oh, there it is. I didn't think that we were running at night. And actually, on that note, shops. Because we've made good money using shops in the past. So I think that's going to be one of the first things we get in whenever we get a little bit of cash. Can I fast forward? No. Game, you're killing me today. Well, we'll see what kind of money we can make tomorrow. But as I can't advance time right now, this might be a good place to leave this episode. So we've got a beginning. hopefully we'll be able to make some money soon so that we can proceed past the beginning. But we should be getting our first 2 commercial flights in the matter of a few hours, not that I could fast forward. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Hopefully you guys are excited to be back in Airport CEO, and if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe, hit the bell notification, that way you know when we are uploading. It'll probably be a Monday through Friday schedule. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys for being back and checking out another Airport CEO Airport recreation. And as always, I hope you guys have yourselves a great day.